Good day to everyone. We will discuss about Thomas Aquinas' natural law ethics. But before we start, I will introduce to you my team, myself, Shanemi Valenzuela Bagisina, Monique Banyandera, Glenda Bukarkar, Diane Braun, and Maria Ashley Nicole Bicaldo.
Natural law. Aquinas adopted Aristotle's view that all things have a purpose. Aquinas says you can find that purpose by looking at the natural world and the Bible. The Bible shows the purpose for God creating man. Aquinas stated that the light of reason is placed by nature, and thus by God, in every man to guide in his acts. Therefore, human beings alone among God's creatures use reason to lead their lives. Humans are free but not lawless. The law of nature restricts us in some ways, and natural law restricts us in others. We are able to go against natural law, although this would be conscious choice but not the laws of nature.
The beginning. It is deontological, which means what comes naturally to us, right or wrong. Aquinas was inspired by Aristotle's ideas in which he developed natural law. Aristotle believed that the key purpose to human existence is the ability to reason or rationality. Natural law thinking. Aristotle. Something is good as long as it fulfills its purpose. As an example of this, a good knife is one that cuts well. It must be an agent to bringing something about efficient cost and to fulfill its final purpose, suiting final cost. So, yung example dyan is the knife and tomato. So, yung efficient cost or what gets it done is ano nga ba yung purpose ng knife para matupad yung layunin niya. And sa sa final cost naman, or the final result is, nahati nga yung tomato. So, kagaya sa atin, bago natin makita or malaman yung final cost, kailangan muna natin alamin kung ano nga ba yung magagawa natin or yung purpose natin para matupad ang layunin na iyon.
So, we come now on for the next topic, which is ALD theory. It stands for A, absolutist, L for legalistic, and D, deontological theory. Aquinas' natural law is often thought to be a absolutist, legalistic, and deontologic theory. So the first is absolutist theory, believing there are normal moral that apply to all situations, or theory that absolute power should be vested in one or more rules. So next is legalistic, the idea to obey religious law to gain eternal life. By doing good works or by obeying the law, a person earns and merits salvations. So the last theory is deontological, means to follow your duty whether the actions are right or wrong. On the other meaning, deontology is the normative ethical theory that the morality of an action should be based on whether the action itself right or wrong, under a series of rules and principles, rather than based on the consequence of the actions. We move on to the next topic, which is the cardinal virtues. The meaning of virtues is the excellence of the character's personal qualities. These are important to fulfill a human to nature and to avoid sin. There are four virtues, which is the prudence, justice, fortitude, and temperance. So first is prudence virtues, means the ability to think before you act, or wisdom, kakayahan mong mag-isip bago mo gawin ang isang bagay. So the second one is justice, balance to thinking to yourselves and others, or fairness, means giving each person what she or he deserves. The third virtues is fortitude, means determination not to give up, or courage. Porsigido ka or determinado kang gawin yung mga bagay na gusto mo. So the lastly is temperance, resisting temptation or self-control. In this sense, involves moderation in regards to food, alcohol, and perhaps other drugs as well, but not the sex.
Number 5, revealed virtues. The three revealed virtues involve faith, hope, and clarity. They can only be received if infused by divine grace. Number 1, faith, to follow and believe in God. Number 2, hope, that there is life after death with God. Number 3, charity, to be selfless and to think of others. Number 6, Aquinas' purpose. Aquinas says that sins is the missing mark and that we cannot do anything about it. Aquinas formed 5 purpose of life, which is worship God, orderly society, reproduce, learn, define life.
Aquinas' 5 purposes of life make us the primary precept. They identify the good act within a human life and God-given purpose. A primary precept essentially outline or explain what is required in order for us to fulfill our ultimate tell us or purpose that are intended by God. Aquinas tell us that according to our reason, God's intention for us is to do good and avoid evil in order to gain a right relationship with God. The primary precept established by a reason and this reflect on our telos or the final purpose. First is God created us. The next is God gave us reason. We use our reason to find our purpose and our purpose is to get back to God. Next is the secondary precept. Unlike the primary, there are always right. The rules provide flexibility in extreme situation and can be broken. For each of the primary precept, the secondary precept give rules involving what should or shouldn't be done. These are rules which cause people to fulfill the primary purposes. The first primary precept is to worship God. One might do this for instance, by obeying the 10 Commandments or by going to church. The second primary precept is to order society. One might do this by arranging society in a way that means that sexual relationships are orderly. Therefore, a secondary precept that upholds this is to marry. This way, children will be born in clear family units. The third primary precept is to reproduce. This might be fulfilled by refraining from using contraception. Fourthly, we must educate the young. This could be achieved for a secondary precept of ensuring school for all. The final primary precept is to defend life. Sometimes you will see this written as protect the innocent. Either or both is fine. This is one way that we will do good if we follow it. A secondary precept to demonstrate how to fulfill the primary precept could be do not abort the unborn.
1E, the topic that I will discuss today is all about interior and exterior acts by Thomas Aquinas, Natural Law. The first one is interior act. It involves a good action with good motive. As the example stated, it's giving to the poor to help them. So from the example, giving to people to help them means tinutulungan mo yung taong tumutulong ka sa tao dahil gusto mo, hindi dahil sa humihingi ka ng posibleng kapalit na ibigay niya sa'yo dahil lang sa tinulungan mo siya. A simple saying, ginawa mo yun as act of kindness, hindi dahil sa possible reward na ibibigay niya sa'yo. So, that's it. So, the next is exterior act. It is an action that seems right, but the motive is wrong. So, parang vice versa siya paano mo sa vice versa? Parang may konting similarities sila. Which is yung motive. Yung motive niya is, yung sa exterior act is, yung act na ginawa niya is right. But, meron siyang hidden agenda or parang siyang hidden motive na may makukuha siyang pakinabang doon. Halimbawa, giving to the poor to show off your wealth. Tinulungan mo siya, pero hindi as a act of kindness, hindi dahil sa pity, dahil sa aawa ka sa kanya, cause gusto mong ipagmayabang yung kayamanan mo na meron ka na wala siya. So, ganun yung simple explanation of exterior act. So, the last one is double effect, which involves an interior act does not mean that the good act would lead to happy consequences. For example, such as doctor trying to save a pregnant woman's life. The result may lead to the child dying, but his intention was not this. Therefore, his motive was good. So, may konting similarities sa interior act. Pero, ginawa niya yung act of kindness na yun, na possible siyang maging positive or magkaroon ng positive or negative effect. But pinursue or pinagpatuloy niya pa rin yung act of kindness na yun kasi yung eager niya na makatulong, which is good. Kahit may possible risk na mangyari, may pwedeng positive or negative, pinagpatuloy niya pa rin yun para makatulong or parang ganun. Hindi niya inisip yung possible na halimbawa this is an example is parang pamamatay yung bata or yung parent. Hindi niya inisip because the only thing that comes to his mind is he need to save both if he can. So that's all. Thank you.